If a man can't stand on his own 2 feet, he cannot stand. And if a woman can't take care of herself, she cannot really live. And if we don't give our children models of independence, they will never be able to be free. We can't underestimate the importance of teaching these women how to become self-sustaining, how to become independent, how to be free. Not only because that's their human potential, but it's what they need to be able to teach their children to do. And the importance of that is so significant because our community will die if its members cannot stand on their own 2 feet and take care of not only themselves, but one another. 10 years ago, when I first started at St. John's, I had an experience where Shelley and her 2 boys came in, and a couple days later, a woman named Katie and her daughter came into St. John's. And I was really surprised to learn that Katie and Shelley were sisters. But the bigger surprise for me was to learn that 18 years earlier, they had lived at St. John's with their mom. And I realized then that we needed a much bigger vision. How we can help these women become independent and self-sustaining and the role models that their children needed in their lives.
The program is about helping people, helping women make a change in their life. It's not a handout. It's how to really become self-sustaining, self-sufficient, and this is really, use the old analogy, teach a person how to fish.
More than 90% of the women who walk through St. John's doors have no hope. They have no idea what's possible for their lives, that anything different is possible for their lives. And so much of what we do until that light bulb goes on for them is to love them until they learn to love themselves. Because when you start to love yourself, you start to have more confidence, you start to have more hope, you start to have faith in something bigger.
I think what's really important and what motivates me is everybody in life at one point or another gets a hand up. Somebody comes along and maybe gives them a little direction in life. And people that are successful, I think, have had more nudges, a little bit of luck, and a break once in a while. And I think the women here want to work, they want to move towards independence, and they need a break. And so just that simple step of giving them a break and giving them a chance, and the structure and organization that St. John's provides differentiates it from other programs. And I think it's what makes it successful.
Another significant partner in our community is the Buzz Oats group of companies. And through Buzz Oats, we were able to, and through Federal Home Loan Bank and through the City of Sacramento, we were able to purchase the building next to us to, in part, renovate it and to be able to serve 90 additional women and children every single night.
I oversee the design and construction and just make sure that everything's organized, and really the most important thing for me is getting the best value for St. John's. So we have a great relationship with Homemade, which through they're kind of a nonprofit entity under the Building Industry Association, and with Lennar and their team who've donated all their time and services supervising and managing the project. It's been great.
When we see people that are homeless, it's important that we try to address that issue. The more so when it is women with young children. And that's the population that St. John's Program for Real Change serves. And so for that reason, our hearts were touched more than ever to try to do something to come to their assistance.
The building we have purchased is an office building, an old industrial office building that needs to be completely renovated to be home for 90 women and children. So the renovation includes complete gutting of the inside of the building, creating 34 bedrooms, creating a living room, creating a dining room, creating the beds, buying the furniture, everything that this facility needs to become a home for 90 women and children is what the $4 million of money raised is going to go to.
When you take the tour next door and you see the passion that all those other people have, and nobody could ever tell you about it, you would have to actually see it. And it kind of changes you because you can't leave that building without glassy eyes or a big lump in your throat, and it exists right here in your own backyard. And so all of these workers that are here today and all of our trades that work with us, when you explain what it is to them, they all want to get this done faster, have more fun doing it. It doesn't feel so much like a job, it feels like something you are showing up that's needed.
When we renovated the building behind us, which was a warehouse, and converted it to a shelter. The night the women moved in, you could hear them. It was so cool. Very powerful. You can tell my emotion, very powerful. And it's what it's all about. Oh, God. It's that powerful.
Today, we need you more than ever to come to the table and help us serve an additional 90 women and children, translating to over 300 annually, so that they can have a place where they can turn their lives around too. Thank you.